Today I'm going to talk about a subject that really doesn't get too much attention in the news. And of course, here on the Money GPS, that is what I like to cover. I tend to cover issues that the news really won't get into. This was brought up to me by one of my viewers, and I appreciate being sent that information because, of course, I'm not omnipotent. I can't always, get every piece of information, but anytime I can, this is the type of thing I like to cover. So today we're going to talk about robots. The robots have their advantages and their disadvantages, that's no doubt. In fact, technology itself is a double-edged sword. What I'm going to talk about are the negative effects of technology. In this article here from Wired, Better Than Humans, Why Robots Will and Must Take Our Jobs. So Wired magazine is suggesting that not only will the robots take our jobs, but it's beneficial if they do so. And this connects in with this article here from the Globe and Mail, Meet the Robots Who Will Take Our Jobs. So they're really pushing this agenda that the robots are going to be taking over. The problem I have with this, and it goes back to many decades ago, where they said that technology was going to save us from having to work. Now that's great. We don't have to work. We can have a robot do our job. Unfortunately, though, that isn't what's happened. See, a lot of the robots have actually displaced many well-paying jobs. Now, sure, they're not making the salaries of doctors, but they're definitely making more money than the average service job. So, working at a McDonald's, just as an example. So, what's happening here is actually a displacement of the jobs. They can implement robots into the factories, have them doing a job that a normal individual would have had to do only a few decades ago. So they're automating everything. Now, while this is great because we don't have to do this sort of dirty work, this is detrimental to the economy as a whole because people are unable to find good paying jobs. I'm going to turn over to this article here, which ties in, and that is 80% of U.S. adults face near poverty and unemployment. So individuals are finding themselves either near unemployed and in poverty or already there. And part of that reason, not entirely, but part of that reason is robotics and technology displacing individuals working. This is a huge problem, and now with the drones coming in, this is becoming an even bigger problem because no longer does the military have to be human beings, but they can get machines to do that. They have autonomous robots already in production, and that is not a joke. You can look that up if you need to. Perhaps I'll do a video about it in the future. But this is what I want to talk about because we're having a hard time as it is. And we're making the technology, us individuals are making the technology that will be used to displace us. So we're actually working towards our own destruction. Now, I understand people working in these fields, they're just working their jobs. But look ahead into the future, and we need to identify that. Now, as I tell you this right now, being able to identify issues like this are becoming more and more difficult. Why? Because YouTube, which is my main platform, this is where I bring out my information as well as my book. But this is my YouTube where I really reach a much wider audience. They're censoring accounts, and YouTube is not the only one. They're censoring Facebook, they're censoring Twitter, every other major social media platform. YouTube in this example here is fully censored in a few countries and also partially censored, and this is going to expand. It has to, only because the truth is getting out there and people are waking up faster and faster. Yes, a percentage of the population are falling faster and faster asleep, but there is a growing audience of people, the individuals watching this right now, who realize, hey, something that's going on here and I don't really think it's right. I'm going to keep looking up more videos and more websites, so on and so forth. So this is becoming very destructive to those in charge of this scheme. So I just wanted to shed some light on this here and at least identify where the problems are. I love technology and I think it is a double-edged sword and we need to identify that.